welcome to 5:30 a.m. And just as a reminder, 5:30 a.m. doesn't suck. Your attitude about 5:30 sucks. And let me stop you right there, because this is not a video that's going to say you have to get up at 5:30 if you want to be successful. That's not what this video is about. So calm down. We're all right. I'm up at 5, head to work at 5:30. We'll head down towards work at 5:30 out of necessity. It has nothing to do with my success is based on me getting up early. No. My success is based on me figuring out what I need to do to achieve my goals, set my goals, decide what behaviors I need to repeatedly do, and follow through with them daily. It's not a motivation is created, it is not used as a tool. So 5:30 for me is because if I don't, I get stuck in traffic and it takes me a long time to get to work, and then it's wasted time, really. So I love my job. I want to continue to do my job. I also want to reduce my stress, because driving in traffic stresses me out. It just frustrates me. Try to be more specific. It doesn't just stress me out. People frustrate me. So I get up because I want to avoid a longer commute. I commute 38 minutes without traffic. If I wait until 7 to leave, I usually get to work at 8. If I leave at 7, it'll take me almost the full hour to get there. And that's if things are good. If there's construction, it can make things worse. If there's an accident, I can be screwed. So I want to get down to work at a decent amount of time. All right, so 5:30, that's a big difference between 5:30 and 8 a.m. So I found a gym close to work that's also close to my house, a franchise, and I drive down, go to the gym in the morning, and then go to work. And then also I'm able to leave work a little bit early, come home, finish work from home, so then I try to avoid as much of the commute as possible. Got it. So you don't have a commute. The idea behind here is making a plan and following through. And it's the habits that determine if you're going to be successful. And it seems so simple, but the simple is where people get tripped up, because they don't make the plan, they don't create the goals, and then they end up not following through because they want to rely on things like motivation, or there's no value based behind these things, or it's I do it because of work, and then work turns into something that I don't like. I wouldn't work if I wouldn't do this if I wasn't getting paid. I love my job, but I would do other things if I didn't need the money. So I would imagine that at some point, even the job that I love, that I really enjoy, might one day become a pain in the ass. Or even if it's just not holistically dislike my job, maybe there's just every once in a while I don't want to wake up at 5:30. If I didn't need to, I may not. Could I be successful by waking up at 7 a.m.? Absolutely. It depends on what I'm trying to achieve. If I sleep in until 9 o'clock is no different than 6, except what am I trying to accomplish here? So ultimately, what am I talking about today? What's the point of today's conversation is the attitude that you carry into it is probably going to be based on the why of what you do. And I know the why is discussed a lot, but it's very important. Why do you do what you do? So that on your bad days, it doesn't make 5:30 a.m. any better. I did not want to wake up this morning, even though I was able to wake up before my alarm. But I do it because I have a purpose behind it. And it's that purpose that a lot of people are missing, or they lose sight of, or they misunderstand their purpose. What's your purpose? Well, I got to make money so I can survive. Okay, well, for some people that is your purpose. Survival is important, and for those people that are significantly struggling, and I've been there and I feel for you, even then, who are you struggling for? Are you sacrificing for yourself, of yourself, for other people, and how long will you do that? Because, the man thing is, I'll sacrifice for my family and I don't need anybody. And then, that's why men's mental health rates are crazy. That's why men's suicide rate is insane. That's why drug and alcohol, you drink or you smoke pot, I don't care. I'm talking about the problems associated with. If you drink as a coping mechanism, if you're unable to reel in your drinking, right? But even the people that are struggling, what's the purpose? Are you struggling for your family? Okay, well, what about you? What's driving you? And a lot of times your purpose can be in other people, but you have to be there somewhere also. You can't just give up of yourself, because eventually you're going to hit a wall. Your relationship isn't going to be fulfilling anymore. Your job isn't going to be fulfilling anymore. Your kids are going to drive you crazy. Your extended family is going to drive you crazy, turn their back on you, or make you feel bad. There has to be something there, and when you're in it, it's difficult, and I get it. I've been there. But what I'm trying to encourage you is that even when it seems like you don't have a choice, you still have a choice. Attitude and effort are some of the very few things you can directly control. I said it was simple, I didn't say it was easy. Don't confuse simple with easy. Attitude and effort are within your control, and that is simple. It's not easy. Telling somebody to have a better attitude is like telling a depressed person to be happy. There has to be a how. How do I do that? I was talking with a friend of mine the other day who was a female, mid-20s, who was having a really difficult time going to the gym because she just felt like everybody was watching her. She felt like everybody was judging her. She felt very insecure about herself. She's not an overweight person, right? She doesn't have, actually you look at her, she doesn't have any physical deficiencies that you would otherwise think of. Somebody going to the gym, oh, they must be, overweight and really, whatever. She's not. But she still had this concern about people judging her. And we talked about it, and it really just came down to she didn't have a plan, and she felt uncomfortable and insecure because she didn't know what she was doing. And she was judging herself. It had nothing to do with anybody else's judgment. It was 100% judgment on herself. But she was at least going, right? So praise the effort. Your effort is outstanding. You went to the gym, you did some things. She's got some background in working out. She's not a coach, but she's been in the gym before. I'm like, all right, cool. So come up with a plan. And before, she was going to a gym. It was like her apartment gym. And she didn't feel judged. Well, there wasn't anybody there. I'm like, okay, well, even though nobody was there, what was it about that? So, because take everybody else out. Who cares? What is it about the before? And she came back. She's like, you're right. I was comfortable because I had a plan, and I felt like I knew what I was doing as soon as I walked in the door. I had a plan. I was ready to go. Now I don't have a plan. That was the source of all of her anxiety. Got it. So people want giant solutions to giant problems. And I love bumper sticker statements, and sports psychology is full of them. And that's where a lot of my background comes from, is sport performance psychology and resilience training. And you'll hear me refer to a lot of bumper sticker statements. And I'll pause and I'll say that because it's important. The phrases are important for a reason. And one of them is people want giant solutions to giant problems, but it doesn't work that way. You don't need giant solutions to your giant problems because, here's another one, little things done consistently over a long period of time have the greatest impact. Little things done consistently over a long period of time have the greatest impact. If you do the little things really, really well consistently, long term, you will get you will very likely get the results that you're looking for, as long as the behaviors have been defined ahead of time and the behaviors are based on accomplishing certain goals. Value-based goals, right? Your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Well, I want to accomplish this. Why? Well, here's my reason. Here's the behaviors that are going to support that. Now you have a plan to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. And it's going to mean more to you. When the alarm goes off at 5:30 a.m., you're going to have a reason to get up. You're going to want to get up. And my alarm set for 5:30, ended up waking at 5:06. And as soon as I woke up, I rolled over, saw it was after 5 o'clock because I don't want to see a 4 on the alarm. I'm not getting up at 4:50. Which has happened recently. My body is now getting used to it, and it's like, all right, let's get up, let's go. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Nope, not doing 4 a.m. Go back to sleep, wake up at 4:20, go back to sleep, wake up at 4:35. I'm like, nope, waiting for 5 a.m. 5 a.m. hits, I'll get out of bed. Even if I'm just laying there, it's still relaxing because I have a plan. I'm not stressed about anything. Okay, that's not a lie. That's a lie. I am stressed about certain things. I'm not stressed about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So just think about the things that you want to accomplish and the attitude that you carry into what you're trying to do. Even when I was in basic training, way back in the day, even on my worst days, when I was getting yelled at, when I had all these details to accomplish, and I felt like people were picking on me, and the drill instructors don't care. They're not picking on you. They're doing their job, putting pressure on you so you can see if you can hack it. It's their job. It's not personal. They see hundreds of you in a month, thousands of you in a year. You are one individual. They are not picking on you. But the attitude that I had was, even on my worst days, I signed up. I'm a volunteer. I chose to be here. So therefore, really don't have anything to complain about. I chose to be here. And dipping a little bit into my psychology background, there's 3 universal psychological needs. Generally speaking, if you can fulfill these 3 needs, you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel motivated. The result. Motivation is the result. You're going to feel, okay, so how do I do? What are the 3 things I need to feel purpose and passion in my life? Universal psychological needs. Number 1, autonomy. Autonomy is the feeling of choice. Even in a restricted environment, what choice do I have, or what choices did I make to get here, right? I was in basic training. I chose. What can I choose now? My attitude about my situation and the training that I'm involved in. Oh my goodness. This person is going seriously 50 on the interstate when everybody else is going 75 minimum. Okay, so a feeling of choice. I choose to get up early because it's convenient, but it also gets me to the gym, which is something that I really want and need. I want it to feel good. I need it to be healthy. I want to be healthy for my family, long-term health and well-being. So autonomy is the first universal psychological need. Number 2, mastery. Not perfection, Never perfection. I'll talk about perfection another day, but perfection is not a healthy performance trait. It is not a healthy, a good mental health trait to have. I don't care what anybody says about, oh, this athlete is a perfectionist. No, they're not. They're pursuing mastery. The reason why it's different is because a mastery mindset is always focused on the process of getting better, not the outcome of a perfect performance. Sit on that for just a second. Mastery mindset is focused on the constant pursuit, the process of getting better, so that in each of your performances, whatever that might be, whether that be an actual performance like sports or being on stage for whatever things that you might want to do, or my performance right now is driving effectively, so I'm a safe driver, but also the attitude that I carry into going to the gym, that's pre-preparation. My performance at the gym, my performance at work, again, my performance driving home, again, my performance preparing to walk in the door to transition from work to driving to home, because I want to present myself to home to be the best dad and husband that I can be. All those are performances. So it's not just about performing well in sports. It's about performing well in every area of your life. Man, my seat heater's kicking today. It's cold outside, but I didn't need the 100% seat heater on. So mastery mindset. Focus on the process of getting better. Always, forever, for the rest of your life. Right? Never complete, and that's a good thing, because you always have something to work for, and that's, you want to get better person, better skills, more knowledge. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. So autonomy, mastery, and then one of them that we already talked about, the third psychological need, is purpose or a passion. What is your passion? What is your pursuit? Why do you do what you do? It is a psychological need. You need to have purpose and passion. What is it? What is it that you want to accomplish? And here's the thing that people miss. That purpose is not just about goals and accomplishment. It's about deliberate character development. Because if you get the things that you want, but you become a different person that isn't necessarily what you want, then that's not a good thing. Character is part of the value system, and that's why value-based goals are so important. It's not just about achieving things. It's about becoming who you want to become, or the constant pursuit of self-improvement and achieving cool stuff along the way too. Climb a mountain, make $1 million, travel to 35 countries in your lifetime, whatever, right? None of those, including the $1 million, money isn't the root of all evil. It's a tool that you use to accomplish things. And that's why character development is so important, that adversity doesn't define you. Money doesn't define you. It exposes you. So if you're experiencing adversity, or something really, really good, like winning $500 million in the lottery, that's not going to make you a bad person. That's going to expose who you already are. So it's up to you to make sure that you are going to define what that means. Look at these morons. You got one person in the left lane and one person in the right lane. And you've got a right blinker and a left blinker. And they're like moving back and forth. Like one was slowing down, so the other one would slow down, and like nobody knew what they were doing. I'm like, come on, guys. I don't complain about traffic often. That one was funny. So 3 universal psychological needs. Everybody needs to feel autonomous, like they have a choice in the matter. You need to have a mastery mindset, not perfection, but the constant pursuit. Enjoy the process. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey. It is your journey, not anybody else's. It's your journey. and then have a purpose and a passion for why you do what you do. If you can have those three things, you're most likely going to feel fulfilled. You don't achieve fulfillment by chasing fulfillment. You don't improve self-confidence and self-esteem by chasing self-confidence and self-esteem. These things are byproducts. They are the result. You achieve these. You don't feel motivated by by listening to motivational music and motivational speeches to get you, it's a tool that you can use, but it is not something to be relied upon. Don't rely on motivation to get you up out of the bed. It doesn't work that way. Motivation is the result of movement. You do things, and then as a result, you feel motivated. So go do things that make you feel motivated. Go do things that help you achieve your goals. Go do things that are recreational pursuits that make you feel good about the process of the thing itself. If you're a recreational athlete, be a recreational athlete. If you want to be a champion at something, from football to cornhole, or business, whatever it is, make sure that there's some value behind it. It's value-based. Because if you do not deliberately create something, something will still be created. And that's applicable to your goals, your purpose and your passion, your character, culture, and your family, and your work environment, your sports team, whatever it is you're doing, whatever team, families or teams. If you do not deliberately create it, something will still be created. So deliberately create your character. Deliberately create your values. Deliberately create your goals. And then deliberately create a plan. I don't go into the gym and just throw a bunch of weight around. I have a plan on my phone. So when I walk into the gym, I have my phone with me. Before I even go to the gym, I know today, here's a list of things that I'm doing. Here's the weights that I'm doing. Here's the reps that I'm doing. You have to have all those things in place. If you are lacking a value system, if you're lacking purpose and passion, many people who experience depression and anxiety and significant mental health issues, a lot of times it comes down to those very simple things. They want giant solutions to giant problems. When you go to counseling, the counselor is most likely going to talk about your values and your goals and your attitude about them. I know this because I've been in counseling. And it was my biggest challenge recently, within I would say, let's just say last year, say 2024. My biggest challenge was the value I had of me. I knew I had a lot to offer. I believe in my knowledge, skills, and abilities. I believe my experience brings something great. But for whatever reason, I couldn't find a job. I couldn't find a full-time, fulfilling job where I could apply myself and feel like I'm doing great things and bring value to my family. That was very challenging to me. My family loved me. My wife adores me, and I know this. I couldn't see it in myself, though, because I had value-based goals, but there were some things outside of my control that, like human resources and hiring leaders and recruiters, that didn't, for whatever reason, didn't see the value in me. And that was difficult. And I just kept going because, number one, what other choice do I have? But number two, I kept relying on the idea of what was my value based. I love my family, I love my wife, I love spending time with her, and not having a job or her having a full-time job gave me the opportunity to let her enjoy the job that she loved. I have no problem staying home. I've been a stay-at-home dad before. I've been a stay-at-home dad for several years, basically since COVID. And then my wife was working. I was primarily staying at home, working a couple of part-time jobs, including teaching part-time at university, which was cool in itself. So even though I was struggling, I was still finding joy in the process, because with the person that I want to be with, and pushing towards, and I knew, and with her love and support, I was constantly reminded, hey, somebody's going to value you, somebody's going to pick you up. It might take a little bit of time, and it did. Right at the end of 2024, I had an amazing job. Actually, most of 2024, I had to move to New Mexico for a short period of time to get an amazing job, and then I got another person, right? So all this time I was struggling, and we knew it. It's only a matter of time before the floodgates open, and you're going to have more offers than you know what to do with. And that sheer shit was the answer. That's exactly what happened. And that's my journey. It doesn't mean that that's how things are going to happen to you, but ultimately it comes down to, what is the attitude you're carrying? That's why gratitude is so important. Gratitude is the greatest mental skill. The greatest, most important mental skill is gratitude. And yes, it's a skill. It evokes an emotional response of gratitude, thankfulness. But gratitude itself is the focus on the good things and the opportunities in your life, even in struggle, especially in struggle, that keeps you pushing towards your value-based goals and towards developing into the constant evolution of the person that you want to be. So 5:30 a.m. is not your problem. It's your attitude about 5:30 a.m. So figure out what it is that you want to accomplish, but also figure out what are the things holding you back. And you're probably going to realize, if you're honest with yourself, that has more to do with you than other people. So I really encourage you to work on there's other things I could throw in here, but I want to keep each call to, what do you want to call it? I hate the term call to action. It sounds so salesy, sleazy. But my expectations for you, there you go, that sounds more accountable. My hope and my expectations for you for the week is you would spend time really thinking about, what do I value? And all the things that I want to accomplish, what about it is meaningful to me to keep me going, to keep me motivated, because I have value-based goals. And then because of my value-based goals, I'm going to have a better understanding of the behaviors I need to repeat every day to get into a performance type routine, so I can accomplish the things I want to accomplish based on the way I want to feel, based on the person I want to be. So when the alarm goes off, it's not a problem. I don't grunt and groan a single time. It is what it is. This is what I said I wanted to do. Do I want to accomplish it, yes or no? Yes? Okay. Get out of bed. That's how my mornings go. There's no more complaining about 5:30. In fact, I'm enjoying waking up before my alarm. As long as it's not 4:30 or 4:50. Anytime after 5. And I'm cool with it. So take some time. Do some self-reflection. Make some decisions. Make some decisions about what you want to accomplish, and your values and your purpose and your passion. How you can feel autonomous, and focus on a mastery mindset. And you're going to start feeling better. It's not going to make it easy. Don't confuse simple with easy. But it's at least going to lay out the process for you.